What's up, guys? Hope everybody's doing well and having a great day. In this video, I'm going to take you guys to Norman, Oklahoma. I received some amazing video footage of a massive tornado as it was moving through the Norman, Oklahoma area yesterday evening around 7:40 p.m. And over here at the homepage of the website, this is a still image from the video that was sent in by Janae T. out of Norman, Oklahoma. This was one massive tornado. They're saying somewhere in the neighborhood of a half a mile wide. And the stage is being set once again today for more inclement weather in the Central Plains. We'll come back and take a look at all that information here in just a moment. But first, over here at the homepage of the website, looking at the GOES X-ray flux at the Space Weather Prediction Center. For now, all quiet. Haven't seen any large solar flares for at least 72 hours. Hopping over to the Yellowstone supervolcano caldera, looking at the seismographs that monitor the mighty supervolcano. All in all, pretty quiet. A little bit of activity scattered around the caldera, but nothing major going on at the supervolcano. Coming over to poweroutage.us, you can see, consistent with the severe weather yesterday, there are power outages lingering today in Oklahoma. Just over 16,000 customers in Oklahoma without power and just over 5,000 in Texas without power. Both of those states are dealing with power outages from the inclement weather yesterday, and the stage is being set once again today. The atmospheric conditions today are almost a carbon copy of what we saw yesterday. The available energy for the formation of tornadoes, large hail, high winds is once again in place. This is the lifted index that's responsible for convection. The CAPE, which is the available energy, is still here today as it was yesterday. And I put together a map of a possible hotspot today. Yesterday, you can see the tornadoes extended from Iowa all the way down into Oklahoma. Today, they could extend from southern Wisconsin all the way down to eastern Texas and quite possibly into Arkansas, Missouri, and most of Illinois. So that could be the hot spot today, anywhere inside these black lines that I put on the map, because the atmospheric conditions today are almost identical to what they were yesterday. So we could see the same type of weather activity throughout the Central Plains. So just a big heads up, that's all. There was a lot of hail yesterday that extended several hundred miles along that frontal boundary. I received a photo out of Dover, Oklahoma. And if you guys have any photos of large hail that you would like to share, you can send those to reports at MrMBB333.com. Once again, this photo was sent in by Josh out of Dover, Oklahoma. That's probably what, ping pong or golf ball size hail in Dover, Oklahoma. And I'm not surprised by looking at this map. There was a lot of large hail, again, that covered multiple states. And again, this could happen today as atmospheric conditions are primed for severe weather across the Central Plains. And I wanted to show you guys the video footage that was submitted by Janae from yesterday out of the Norman, Oklahoma area as this tornado was developing and moving through the Norman area just south of Oklahoma City. Over here's a map of the tornadoes spotted in the Oklahoma City area, and some of these could be duplicates. They could be the same tornado. I don't think up here in the Del City area, I think that was a different one. But all of these reports over here could be the same large tornado you're about to see here in just a second. This is the radar over here on the right as the tornado was developing, and it was developing right in here, right there along that boundary. And here is that large tornado that was somewhere in the neighborhood of a half a mile wide. Janae, 4/19/23 at 7:43 p.m. They were driving down the road, and all of a sudden, this large tornado developed, and they began filming this massive tornado that was on the ground at the time they started filming here. And hail was falling in various places, and you're going to see people that pulled over along the side of the road to film this huge tornado. Look at the many layers of that thing. I mean, that thing is massive. It goes way up into the sky. Yeah, they're talking about the size and the many layers of this tornado. It's not your typical twister. I mean, this thing was massive, very, very large tornado that went through the Norman, Oklahoma area and was on the ground for an extended period of time. I did hear there was some damage caused by this large tornado. I don't know any of the specifics at this point. I do know that this could happen again today. So if you're in the Central Plains, be ready, because this could definitely happen again, as that boundary is still in place and it is still loaded with potential energy that could form tornadoes and large hail. People here filming the storm as they're driving down the highway. There's more cars pulled over, filming this storm as it's moving through the Norman area. It doesn't even look like it's moving. It's so big, but it is. It's moving quite fast, in fact. You can hear a scanner in the background. That's from a helicopter that's somewhere in the area reporting on this storm. And right here's a still image of that tornado as it was developing. This thing was still growing as they were following it through the Norman, Oklahoma area. Very tall, very wide. Okay, you guys might want to adjust the volume on your speakers because you're going to hear some tornado sirens here in just a second. Here we go. Tornado sirens. I know they're not super loud, but they could be if you have your volume turned up. But as they're driving through town, the tornado sirens were definitely active. Look at the size of that thing. Unbelievable. And it's getting even bigger since the video began. Look at that. Unreal. There's more lightning. They're talking about it being rain-wrapped. I mean, this thing is just huge. It's one of the biggest ones I think I've ever seen. Talking about the I-35 near Norman. Wow, I don't know what else to say. It's just a massive, massive tornado that's at least a half a mile wide. Could have been bigger. I don't know the exact size. I do know it was estimated to be at least a half mile wide. Lightning there just made contact with the ground, and she was just commenting on how big it is. It's so big, at one point it wouldn't even fit in the viewfinder of the camera. It was that big, and they were that close. They were a safe distance away as the storm was moving away from their general direction. But, I mean, they were right near this thing, and it is just towering up into the sky. Not your classic Twister, that's for sure. This thing dominated the skyline. I don't know any of the specifics right now with regard to, you know, how many homes or businesses that this thing affected, but I'm sure it was quite a few, as it was a large tornado that was on the ground for an extended period of time. And once again, in the Norman, Oklahoma area. And here's a still image of some lightning coming out of the storm, making contact with the ground. And here's a look at the tornado. This is just the right side of the tornado. They were so close, and it was so big, it wouldn't even fit all the way in the camera viewfinder. Just incredible. Here's another still image of the tornado as it was developing. Here's yet another one. Here's yet another one. And here is one more. That's the same one you just saw, that the lightning making contact with the ground as they were just a few miles away from this massive tornado. Don't know the classification of the tornado either. It could have been an EF3, EF4. I don't think it was an EF5, but it was a big tornado in the Norman area. And once again, guys, if you're in the Central Plains, anywhere along this boundary here, this is where the action's going to be today, just on the inside of this boundary or right on this boundary. And again, I put together a little map of a possible hotspot today. If you're inside these black lines that I put on the map, you could see tornadic activity, large hail, high winds once again today as the atmosphere is primed and ready to go. Thanks for the photos and videos, guys. Keep them coming. If you guys have any photos you'd like to share, you can send those to reports@MrMBB333.com. This incredible photo here was sent in by Janae out of Norman, Oklahoma, who was storm chasing yesterday, chasing that very large tornado, and sent in that incredible video. And if you guys have any videos you'd like to share, come over here to the homepage of the website. Look for this red tab that says Have a Large Video. Simply click on that red tab, drag and drop your video into the red banner. Please include your first name, date, and location, and I'll take it from there. Thanks for watching. Have a super day, and be safe out there.